known for her work on Broadway and her time on The Voice, is Frenchie Davis. Welcome, Frenchie, back to the show.
Yes, thank you for having me back. It's good. I haven't seen you guys since Essence Festival.
I know.
So
Wasn't that a fun time?
An amazing
you killed
time.
it on stage
Thank
for us.
you.
What's been
Thank
going
you.
on?
Well, I just started working on a new play in New York.
Oh, yay!
Yes. So excited about it. It's called The View
Awesome.
Upstairs. It's about the Upstairs Lounge, which was a nightclub in New Orleans in the 70s.
Wow.
We open at the Lynn Redgrave Theater on Mardi Gras, February 28th. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece about the power of community. You know, we have the family that we're born into, and then we have the family that we choose.
Right.
And it's really about that, the power of having a safe space and having your own tribe, so to speak.
I love that. Speaking of family you choose for yourself, I want to know about your love life.
Yes,
I hear you have an interesting title that you like to call yourself.
Well, I think you're referring to my bio on social media where I refer to myself as bisexuality.
Yes. Do tell.
It's a combination of freaking amazing and excellent,
Yes.
and also openly and proudly bisexual. And thank you. I believe sometimes we're often forgotten about, you know, they forget that there's a B in LGBT sometimes.
Okay.
And I'm definitely proudly repping Team B.
Sounds like words of wisdom.
All right, but most importantly, Frenchie, are you ready for a little girl chat?
Always.
All right, let's talk about it. Up next is a story that has the entire nation talking. 18-year-old Kamiyah Mobley was abducted from a Florida hospital in 1998 when she was just 8 hours old. This is insane.
Wow.
This story has kept me up. Police say a woman posing as a nurse stole Kamiyah from her then 16-year-old mother. After years of searching, authorities finally found Kamiyah last week living in South Carolina as Alexis Manigo. The woman who Kamiyah called mom for the last 18 years, Gloria Williams, was arrested on kidnapping charges. In a recent Good Morning America interview, Kamiyah, now Alexis, shared her thoughts on what should happen to the woman who raised her. Check this out.
From that one mistake, I was given the best life. I understand what she did was wrong, but just don't lock her up and throw away the key. You can't just say, oh, they did something wrong. Let me just forget about them and move on. It's not that easy.
Even though she did what she did.
I will always love her.
That's her mama. I mean, that's what she knows.
Yeah, so I really am interested to hear how you ladies feel about this. Do you guys agree on what should happen to the woman who raised Kamiyah?
She should go to jail.
Yes.
She should go to jail. While I completely understand what Kamiyah is saying, and there's validity to it, and I completely empathize. But listen, when Child Protective Services goes into an abusive home and they take children out of abusive homes, those children leave crying, kicking, and screaming. Nobody wants to leave their mother. And I empathize with the maternal connection, but at the end of the day, there are ethics to be considered. What about the biological mother who was robbed of the opportunity to raise her child?
And still robbed, though.
Exactly. Nobody.
Exactly. Yeah,
nobody's
if that
thinking
was
of
your
her.
child that was taken
She should
away.
go to jail.
100%. I absolutely agree that she should go to jail. I actually think altogether this is a lose-lose situation.
It is.
For everyone
Nobody-
involved.
Yes.
No one is getting peace. You know, sorry to say it, the person that is also going to be screwed for life is the child.
Kamiyah, yes.
She's 18 years old, and now she doesn't have any mother at all. Because as much as you want to say, Jeannie, if somebody told you today that lady over there is your mother, you're not going to feel. I don't think I would feel automatically some love-struck connection and completely forget about Mama Mai.
Well, no one would expect you to, but that doesn't change the law.
Right,
That doesn't change right from wrong.
I'm just
either.
saying everyone is now going to somewhat be punished.
Well,
Because the
and that- but
18-year-old
this
girl
the
is
thing.
being punished too.
Yes.
They're taking her mom away.
And the kidnapper should have thought of that. Her move was a
Exactly.
selfish move. But I will say this. When you look at that interview, she actually did a great job raising that girl.
Yes,
She's very eloquent.
She's very well spoken.
She's very well spoken. But the thing is, still, what she did was
100%.
wrong.
But
I'm
this
just
is
thinking
the
at
thing.
an 18-year-old, are you mature
Right.
enough to not be selfish and not want your mom to be taken away from you.
But this is the thing, too. You have to peel back the layers. And as you peel back the layers of this story, this woman reportedly was 9 months pregnant and she had a miscarriage. So we need to provide more support for women when they're going through something like this. Not making this an excuse.
Yes, absolutely.
But if she wasn't getting the right mental health care after carrying a baby for 9 months, then this probably led to her doing what she did.
Right.
So it's a lot of layers to
People
the story.
come home with their babies and feel depression.
I wonder-
Imagine
Or
not
stillborn.
coming home with your baby.
I wonder if there's a way. I believe that the kidnapper should endure some consequences.
Yes.
Absolutely. We can't
Yes.
just override that. Who cares if you raised a young girl well? You did something that was absolutely maliciously wrong, and you have to
and it was
suffer from that. Yes. And at the same time, I actually agree with you. I think that the daughter, she won't know. There's no way for us to really check this, but I do worry that she's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome and has a different sympathy for her mom, because that was her mom for 18 years. So I wonder, though, we have to remember that the priority is Kamiyah. It's her. So I wonder if the families can both join together and spend time together, like really spend time together to get to know
I
the
don't
mother
know about
and
that.
how she's raised Kamiyah. Because here's what can happen.
But she's going to be in jail, though.
I believe that
They ain't letting her out.
But spend some time, because I believe that, I really do believe this, I believe that the biological parents can figure out what the best punishment so that they feel that justice was served for them. And Kamiyah's needs are met first and foremost.
The
That's my
biological
concern.
parents were robbed of 18 years. It's not their job to make it easy for the other woman.
No, not for the other woman. Make it easy for the daughter.
The daughter.
It's like the Bible story.
Her half.
Oh my God. Okay, so there were two mothers in the Bible who claimed that a child was theirs. So King Solomon said to the two mothers, well, since you both claim you're the mother, I am going to split the baby in half. Guess what
And
the
then
real mother said? Heck no, give her to her. And that's when he knew that that was the real mother. Because guess what? When you love somebody, the love of a mother, the love of my mother would absolutely be to put me first.
Like,
I think that's easy to say. The love of a mother can also be ruthless. And if you kidnap my child, 18 years later, I'm not making it more convenient for you.
Not for
I'm
you,
sorry.
for the child.
Listen.
She don't know that lady.
What would you think?
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that she doesn't know that lady?
She's an 18-year-old child.
I understand that she's
Can we just talk about Kamiyah for a second?
Absolutely.
When I watched the interview, I did see this. She is very self-aware. For 18,
Yes.
she realizes that this situation right now is very overwhelming for her. She did say, you know what, I will always love, what's her name again?
Her
mom.
mother. Her mom.
Her kidnapper mom.
She will always love her Lonnie, she will always love her kidnapper mom, but at the same time, she realizes that this is
that's
a very
how you solve it.
true.
That's
She
my
realizes
kidnapper
that-
mom, and this is my biological mom.
She realizes that this is an overwhelming experience, but what she did say is I am willing to give my biological parents a chance. I would love to get to know them for 18 years.
That's why I'm saying they should come together. I think they should come together.
In time, that may be a possibility, but right now, no.
Well,
But you have to get over, sorry, but I just have to say this. There's a living, breathing 18-year-old who's enduring all of this, and you have to be very careful because you could traumatize this young mind
even more.
To be
wait a minute. So are we saying
a
that
different person?
So we're saying that it's okay to kidnap babies?
No, I'm saying the priority is
nobody's
Kamiyah.
saying that.
I'm saying worry about
We're trying to think of the best solution
However,
for the child.
But we're not, okay, we're all women, okay? And you guys are asking this woman to just be like, well, because I love her, I'm gonna just accept that this woman kidnapped my baby.
No,
It's
I'm
been
not
18
asking that.
years.
No, I'm asking.
So whatever middle ground is gonna be found, I don't think that's gonna happen immediately.
Jeannie, what are you saying?
I am saying give Kamiyah the attention she deserves for right now to prioritize. She's at 18 years old. She's probably figuring out what to do at school, what to do with this attention, the counseling that it takes to now process what has happened to her. Focus on her first and do it together as a family. In that time, I swear that God will lay it upon both hearts of what is deserved for the kidnapper and what the women, the mom and dad should do for Kamiyah.
And I like that, Jeannie, but the reality is we have laws. And so the law says that she has to go to jail, and that's what she's going to do. But I understand that you're saying that they have to, but we have to, because really what the kidnapper mom is being made an example of. Because you cannot have people thinking they can go into the hospital
100%.
and steal babies.
Yes,
That's not going to happen in this
Right. I think we all agree that she should go to
And
jail.
also, though, can we talk about the reality of what she did? This woman pretended to
Dressed
be
up as a nurse.
a nurse.
Yes.
Well, that was the fault of the hospital.
Befriended.
That was the fault of the hospital.
The family. True, but also that tells you where her mind is as well.
Terrible.
Oh, she went into the room. It's reported she went into the room. She befriended her.
So this was thought
They
out.
thought that she
This
was
was
a
thought
relative.
out.
See, this is the problem when y'all make assumptions because somebody black and another one black.
Oh, my God.
No, you're supposed to have an ID or.
But can I just say something first? Can I just say this? I am very happy that this story ended with a good ending.
Yes.
Now, what would we be saying if it didn't end up like this?
It's terrible.
No, it would have been like a lot of other tragic. But this is the thing too. Kamiyah, that's her name.
Yes.
She had a feeling. You know, it was an inkling, but she wouldn't. She kind of felt like that wasn't her mother. But then it became factual when she tried to get a job, and she was like, I need my birth certificate. You know, and the mama was like,
That girl's smart, I'm telling you.
and she was like, I need my birth certificate, and then that's how it came out. But she had previously, it had been reported that she felt like this woman was not her mother. But she was probably under the syndrome, and she felt so much love from her that, you know what, in the end, what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. Believe that.
Always.
And don't make
I know this sounds like a really odd question, but when you just said, what's her name, Kamiyah, how do you think she feels about being called Kamiyah?
Alexis.
Her name is Alexis.
Wait a minute, which one is her real name?
Alexis is her real
The kidnapper mom
biological
named
name.
her what?
Kamiyah. Her real name is
Alexis.
Correct. So we're obviously discussing her as Kamiyah. I'm just saying.
But is Kamiyah the name she grew up with?
Yes.
No, Alexis.
She grew up with the name Alexis.
She knows herself. She answers to Alexis.
Okay.
We are all calling her the name that her
is that
6-year-old
correct?
birth mother gave her, which is Kamiyah.
Right.
So even those things are like, is that traumatic? Like everybody's talking about me
She
as
talked about that. She
a
said
name.
That. She said that in the interview.
And what did she say?
She said it's overwhelming.
Yes.
She's trying to make sense of all of this, but I have to give her praise for doing it with grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
This 18-year-old.
She's unreal.
And being very respectful to both the parties.
Yes, she is.
And that means that her mom was
That's what
kidnapper mom
makes this
did a good
crazy.
job. She just wrong for kidnapping her.
Maybe
all
she
right?
did.
She needs to suffer the consequences.
Exactly.
She does. Absolutely.
I think
Maybe
we all
she
can
did.
agree on
We
that.
can agree on
Maybe
that.
what we're
Great.
saying is, you know, there's obviously different levels of being incarcerated. There are people that, you know, are in private, what is that called? There are people that are in solitary confinement where they can't have visitors, no one can ever see them again.
And again, Adrienne, the little girl said it perfectly. She said, I understand you have to lock her up, but just don't throw away the key.
Exactly.
That's what she was saying. So
and
she
there's
can see
still
it from
that point of when women are going through this, they need to have mental support. So I think it's a lot of things. We're going to keep talking about this story, you know, because it's going to keep developing.